It's been a real productive second day here at TISL, but let's head on over to Daniel Webb in the Senate to talk about two widely discussed bills.
Thank you, Lindsay. The Senate reconvened today after a productive first session. After taking a quick lunch break, delegates returned to the chambers for some more debating. Thursday was more of a preliminary round. Today marks the first full day of legislation. C.J. Nolan's bill about funding for private schools stirred up some commotion.
Any more money, and these teachers are being blamed for potentially what is not their fault.
Nolan took a different opinion than his critics.
Giving them knowledge, so we're not necessarily turning them away, but we just want to see them definitely follow the rules and regulations.
The bill did pass in the Senate, but the same cannot be said for Senator Kiara Kelly's bill. Her bill pushed for those buying a handgun to pass a mental screening before they're allowed to wield a firearm. Though her bill did not pass, Kiara is still confident in her views.
And I feel like it should have been passed because there's a lot of people out there who carry a handgun without a permit and have mental issues.
Tune in tomorrow for more Senate updates. Reporting for TISL News, I'm Daniel Webb. Lindsay, back to you.
Thanks, Daniel. Keep us updated. Now over in the House of Representatives, Bill 32 is on its second day of discussion. Alex Thomason has an update.
Thanks, Lindsay. We're here at the 43rd General Assembly of the Tennessee Intercollegiate State Legislature in the House of Representatives on day 2. Over 12 bills have already been passed today, but one of the most controversial was Bill 32.
That bill failed here in the House. However, it was debated very heavily both yesterday and today. Yesterday, actually, we postponed it to today in order to give it more debate and more time on the floor. But it was a very contested bill, very interesting debate, and that's the kind of stuff we love to see here at TISL.
Benton Beasley from MTSU was one of the main opponents of the bill.
I just felt that this is frivolous legislation, that there was no real need for it, and that was why I strongly opposed it.
But Speaker Pro Tem Brandon Chrisman thinks that, overall, it was a successful day in the House.
We've gotten over a dozen bills through the debate, and some of those have come from the Senate, so some of those are now law, and they'll go to the governor. So we've had a very productive day. The Executive Council bills have come up, and those have passed with very little opposition, and we're very glad to see that. We've worked very hard to get those bills putting TISL in the best shape possible, and we feel like we succeeded in that today.
Other notable bills that failed in this afternoon's session of the House of Representatives include TISL Bill 47, which would have allowed qualifying citizens to receive 6 free years of education, and TISL Bill 4, which would have prohibited the purchase, loan, or reception in general of a firearm to citizens under the age of 21. Notable bills that passed include TISL Bill 166, which provides enhanced punishment for second and subsequent assault offenders, and TISL Bill 160, a slightly less serious bill which allowed the state of Tennessee to specify a strain of tomato for Tennessee's state fruit. Back to you, Lindsay.
The House sure was lively. Thanks for the update. Now, Chris Davis met with some state officials who gave a special presentation. Chris?
Thanks, Lindsay. If you went around asking TISL students, even college students, what their biggest fear was following college, it'd probably be finding a job. And for that reason, students had the opportunity today to talk to some industry professionals on how to find that all-important job.
Panel discussion.
TISL students got a rare opportunity on Friday to hear from the Tennessee State Treasurer, David Lillard, and a panel of state government employees. Each member of the panel shared with the students about their respective departments and their journey to reaching those posts. The discussion centered around post-graduation employment and how state-employed jobs could be a route the students could choose. Treasurer Lillard described the goal that he had for the discussion with the students.
Well, it was to, number one, answer questions that individuals might have about professions and how one develops a profession over time and uses their college degree and training, and also just to give these students the experience of listening to experienced people who have had careers and kind of what they did wrong and what they did right.
The session ended with the panel answering students' questions and sharing some final advice. In his presentation, the treasurer went on to say that the state of Tennessee offers plenty of internships for college-age students. Reporting for TISL News, I'm Chris Davis.
As day 2 comes to a close, there's still plenty of legislation to be debated. For TISL News, I'm Lindsay Pierce. We'll see you tomorrow.